Pretty unpredictable day here in the SEC, but that's nothing new whenever you get what the SEC always brings. Welcome on in. This is the final whistle here on SEC Live at the Voice of College Football. I'm your host, as always, Lucas Hill. Guys, we ain't gonna be long here. We're gonna be probably 25, 30 minutes at most, but again, been a very, very wild weekend here in SEC land, but that's nothing new. Every post-game show brought to you by our good friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Going over and download the Underdog Fantasy app on your Android or Apple device. Use that promo code VOCFBSC and use my promo code, by the way, for all things, whether you want to get your best bets on. When you play a $5 or more lineup, you will get $50 in free bets instantly. That is VOCFB. That is, excuse me. That is the Underdog Fantasy app, whether it be on your Apple or Android device. Use my promo code VOCFBSC. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Must be 21 or older to play. Not available in all states. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That is 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's get right into this, guys. We have no time to waste. We got to get right on in. Everybody do us a favor. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Twitter, hit the like, repost button. Follow me on X at LucasHillSEC. We got no time to waste. Let's go ahead and let's get into this ball game. First of all, big win for LSU at home, Florida. You pick off DJ Lagway 5 times. LSU is DBU. I'm pretty convinced at this point. This was DJ Lagway's first interception, and they came at pretty bad times. Deshaun Spears had 2 of them and a pick 6 in this one. Defense mattered for LSU, and they took advantage of it. This was the second half, really the last play of, the last drive of the second half for Florida basically summed up what this game was like. You get intercepted by A.J. Halsey. That gets returned to the Florida 40. You make a Damian Ramos 45-yarder. Second drive of the quarter. You have a Deshaun Spears pick 6. Basically sealed the game for you. You would have another one. You get right back into the red on the opposite side of the LSU field. Bam. Tamarcus Cooley gets an interception. And then his 5th one, DJ Pickett, the freshman, getting a interception in this ball game. Massive win for LSU. You were all over DJ Lagway throughout the day. But offensively for LSU, you didn't look that great. You had 96 yards rushing. Caden Durham had 93 of them. When in reality, it really wasn't a bad game from the running game. But the reason why you had 96 is because you got sacked a couple times. You had 93 from Caden Durham. Caden Durham is your number 1 guy. But you also need to understand that you have to find another guy to go pair alongside of him. Because if you can't come up with that other guy, you're going to have issues. That's something that you do not want to have as the course of this whole year goes along for LSU. You got to have another feature back. But overall, excellent game. Excellent game from this LSU defense. I think that I'm very convinced that this LSU defense has returned DBU. Very, very convinced. You know, I'm pretty certain about where you have had the most problems is your secondary. You have a very balanced secondary overall that LSU has. Very, very impressive. Garrett Nussmeier, let's see if he's for real, man. I mean, we'll see. You know, struggled a little bit to get some momentum going, but again, there's still a lot of football to be played. Let's get our caller in right now. We got a call right now. Alabama's up in the house. What's up, Jackson? Hey, we're back in the studio. What's up, dude? How are you?
There we go. I'm back in my natural habitat, good buddy. It's going to be 2 weeks come Wednesday. How have you been doing this week, man?
Man, we're busy, dude. We've been busy. Literally, as soon as I got home, I hopped on the South Carolina live stream and then broke that down. I just came back from him and I had to call a game for a little FCS game. So that was always fun. But yeah, man, what'd you think of the SEC action from this week?
Oh, man. Billy Napier's seat is getting much, much hotter, especially after that loss. Not quite as hot as Brent Pry and Deshaun Foster, but the hottest seat in the SEC all of a sudden.
Yeah, Brett Pry's situation got a lot worse than it was at the beginning of the year. But I do agree with you there. Yeah, I don't know why that you have him still as your head coach. I don't know what it is. But here's the thing, Jackson. Let me just tell you. I don't think they fire Billy Napier at the end of the year. I don't think Scott Strickland is going to fire Billy until you first fire Scott Strickland. Because Scott Strickland's had a lot of weird relationships over the course of his time as the AD. Whenever he was at Mississippi State, he had a weird relationship with Dan Mullen. Then he goes in. First year, he has, oh, Lord, what is his name? The guy that ended up wanting to sell his house. Before Dan Mullen. He's at Central Michigan now.
Jim McElwain.
McElwain, thank you. Jim McElwain is the one that sold his house. They had a weird relationship. They fire him. Then you have Dan Mullen, which which ended off with a lot of loyalty from him. You do amazing things your first 2 or 3 years, and then your defense ultimately sucks, and that's why you end up pulling the trigger on him. Now you're going into year 4. I don't know what it is with Billy that Scott Strickland likes. I don't know if it's just DJ Lagway, because I feel like this was something that was discussed last year. If you were to fire Billy Napier in the middle of the season or even the end of the year, there was always that fear that DJ Lagway would leave. But right now, DJ Lagway should not be happy in Gainesville. I think Russ Callaway is hindering him from what his true ability is. He had 5 interceptions today. He looked like crap. That's the bottom line. That LSU DB room made him look like a freaking fool. They confused him. They mixed up different coverages against him, and he made plenty of mistakes throughout that game. He's showing you why he is still 19-year-old DJ Lagway with a lot of room that he has to improve on.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it was a huge win for LSU tonight, and things are looking pretty good for them this year, at least right now. But, Clemson going down today, that doesn't look too good for LSU's strength of victory against Clemson. But South Carolina, man, that was completely unexpected. That butt whipping by Vanderbilt. I don't think anybody expected that.
I said this throughout the week, Jackson, on South Carolina Live. I said that if you didn't control the time of possession, that Vandy was going to basically run all over you like they did last week against Vandy or against Virginia Tech. And they did. They did. You had no answer offensively. Your offensive line is a mess. Mike Shula should be getting the can at the end of the year if Beamer can actually pull the trigger on him. I don't know, man. I don't know what is going to happen the rest of the year with this South Carolina offense.
I mean, it's like I keep thinking about that little clip that I saw through Instagram tonight. I'll send it to you when I find it, but it was about like Diego Pavia, where he was like, "If we win, you can get with my mom." Like
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
saw. I saw that interview. Cole Kulick was on the sideline. I don't know why on earth Theo. I hope Theo Vaughn has a good date tonight. So he earned it, I guess.
well, I can't. I just can't wait to see the Cole Kubliak episode on this past weekend with Theo Vaughn when that does happen. I'm
Oh
getting
God,
inside thinking about it.
Cole
Like
Kulick.
where it
I
goes.
love Cole Kulick. He is such a he is really really such a treasure, shall we say?
Oh man, it's amazing, man. I mean, he is amazing, and it's just been an interesting road, like especially with a lot of the games that happened today throughout the SEC.
Jackson, how about Bama? Last 2 weeks have been. I thought today you needed a statement victory and you needed a big one, and you needed to win by a lot, and you did. You know, Bama's starting to get back into the role of, hey, we're for real. Like, I mean, 2 weeks ago was probably a fluke, you'd hope. We've got our offensive struggles out the way. Maybe we can generate some mo when we go to Athens, Georgia next week.
Man, week 5 is gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
I mean, I know that you didn't really do a whole lot on the ground, but you really didn't need to when Ty Simpson is 24 of 29 when you throw for over almost 400 yards and 4 scores. Ryan Williams finally breaks out, which we've been waiting for.
Oh man, that flea flicker to start off the third quarter, that was one of my favorite plays of today's game.
That was the same play that y'all ran last week, was that flea flicker, except just a different quarterback, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I figured that was the case. I figured that was the case, Jackson.
Oh man. But that was a great day today. Like I feel pretty good with Simpson. And he's trusting his instincts more from this week and last week compared to how he was in week 1.
What did you think of Trinidad Chambliss today for Ole Miss coming in for Austin Simmons? Austin Simmons is done, dude. Trinidad Chambliss, I'll tell you what, he earned the starting job tonight. I mean, he played really really good tonight, and I think he earned it. He earned the starting role.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about it. And he's going to show us why he did when Ole Miss plays Tulane next week and when they play LSU.
Chambliss is one of those guys that is going to be a dual threat. And I expected a pretty high scoring game. I expected this to be close from start to finish. I thought it was going to be almost like last year, except it wasn't going to be such a wide margin of victory for Ole Miss. I expected Arkansas to go into this one and compete. And surprisingly, they did. Taylor Green with over 400 yards of offense. Same with Trinidad Chambliss. Both of these guys combining both of their stats for over 800 yards total. So didn't see a lot of Keywan Lacey running the football surprisingly as well. But hey, I mean, a heck of a game for both of these quarterbacks. I mean, I expect, like I mentioned, Trinidad Chambliss is going to be a very dangerous quarterback over the next couple weeks.
Oh, for sure, man. But I will say, man, it's great hanging with you, man. I'll definitely be seeing you soon. Stay safe, stay cool, stay away from the heat, good buddy.
Thank you, Jackson.
You're welcome, Lucas. Anytime.
That's our good buddy Jackson Johnson from Alabama at the voice of college football. What a guy, man. I mean, it's always fun to hear from Jackson and good to hear from what he's got to add with his insight. Always enjoy that, man. How about Vanderbilt, man? I mean, they came in to Columbia, South Carolina, and they beat their ass from start to finish. And something that you honestly did not expect to start the year. But when you really look statistically at where South Carolina was, that was a bad matchup in my opinion. You know, I mean, there's no real excuse for me to come out here. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. But that's what happens when you dominate time of possession and you own the clock from start to freaking finish for Vanderbilt. Tennessee, Georgia, high scoring affair. Joey Aguilar, Gunnar Stockton. What a game from both of these dudes. They got after it tonight. But it was all about who was going to make the fewest mistakes. When it mattered most, Georgia took advantage of it and got the victory. I mean, that's pretty much what won you the football game, guys. You know, you took an opportunity. Georgia fumbles the football inside the 40. You have an opportunity to put 7 on the board. You know what you did? You ran it 3 straight times. And I understand you were trying to, when you played conservative at the end of the game. You did. And then you finally started playing a little bit more aggressive. And Max Gilbert misses a field goal. That sucked. That false start penalty sucked. You're at the Georgia 20. You're about to line it up so that he can get a good look at kicking the field goal. Can't get a stop in overtime. Ball game, guys. That's the game. All right. Guys, I'm ridiculously tired. I am extremely exhausted from today. Guys, I know that this was a very quick final whistle. We will be back next Saturday for a complete breakdown of all things that went around the SEC. We are live every single night, every single weeknight or weekday or weekend, every Saturday after all of SEC action is complete. We're giving you the latest from around the SEC, from the biggest games to the biggest matchups. Make sure you guys do us a favor, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Turn on that bell notification. Follow me on X at LucasHillSEC. Follow the Voices of College Football at THEBOCFB. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great night. Stay blessed.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.